Cruising is my all-time favorite style of vacationing. I mean, there's nothing above it in my book. And when I met Marcus and he told me he loved a good cruise as well, I just had to tell him the story. So this story is going to take place in California to start off with. This is our first time sailing out of California. We normally sail out of Florida majority of the time, but my brother said, hey, let's switch it up. Let's try a different location. So that's what we did. We went down to California. We decided to stay the day before because we're not missing this cruise ship. So we always go the day before. We decided to book the Queen Mary Hotel. Now, the thing about the Queen's Mary Hotel is it was an old ship and it's supposed to be haunted. And they converted it into a hotel. So yeah, we're looking for those ghosts. I mean, not really like Ghost Adventure style, but we want to know, is it truly haunted? So later that night we lay down and all of a sudden my brother jumps up. He looks outside his door and y'all won't believe this, or maybe you should. There was not a ghost, but people looking for ghosts. So we didn't have any activity. Not saying that the hotel's not haunted. We just didn't see anything. So the next day we get on the cruise ship and our cruise begins. Guys, when I say the time of my life, still the time of my life. I don't care how many cruise ships I get on. It's almost that same feeling over and over again, like it's brand new. As the cruise goes on, me and my family, we like to go to the casino. Play a little bit, see if we can win something. We're not hurt if we don't, but we're gonna celebrate if we do. And my brother hits the jackpot. And I was like, wow. The best thing about it in my case was my brother said, here you go. Here's the money for the cruise and a little bit extra to spend for. So now guys, I am on a free cruise. You cannot make this up. As the day continued, we decided to go back to the casino, played a little bit more, and then over the loudspeaker I hear, security to the Lido deck, security to the Lido deck. And I was like, oh man, I don't know what's going on, but let me go see if I can find out. So I run down to the Lido deck and nothing. I mean, absolute nothing. I see nothing, but then I start hearing the rumors flow. Man, it was a fight. Man, this guy just hauled off and hit this guy. Oh man, he shouldn't have done that. And I was like, man, I don't know what's going on. So I walk around. I was like, I'm just gonna catch up with the rest of my family. Right, so I'm talking to my family. My family said, hey, what did you find out? And I was like, apparently there was this guy fighting, picking on people, fighting. That's what I'm hearing. It's like I don't 100% know, but that's what I hear. I don't know if you guys ever felt somebody staring into your soul from a distance, and the distance isn't that far away and makes you turn around. That was exactly what was happening. So I turn around and look, and it's this guy, short guy, staring at me. And he laughs. That's not what happened. And I was like, oh, so do you know what happened? Yeah, it was definitely a fight, but I was the one that was fighting. And I look at him and was like, what? So I'm curious. I sit down and I was like, tell me more. And he said, this is what happened. My daughter and this other young lady were talking. They got into a disagreement. The guy decided to pull his girlfriend's back and spit on my daughter. Hot to her. I was like, what? He said, so once my daughter got spit on, I decided to intervene and talk to the young man. And the young man didn't want to talk. So I decided to let my fist speak for me. And I was like, whoa, what? I mean, but what happened? They said it was multiple people. Yeah, it was multiple people. Two of his friends decided to jump in, and I had to talk to him too, with my fist. So why didn't you get kicked off the ship, was my question. He's like, well, they realized that with somebody spitting on somebody else and me just defending my daughter, that I shouldn't be penalized for that. The only thing I had to pay for was the guy's stitches that I gave him. He had to get a few stitches over his eye. I paid for it, and they got kicked off the ship. So I was like, man, what? He's like, hey, he said, That's what happened. So everything else that you heard was happening, it ain't true. And guys, I'm trying to tell y'all, this man wasn't that tall. He didn't even look like he could fight. Don't go around underestimating the little guy. He may have something for you. This is a story I told Marcus, and I hope you share it with y'all.